Hello. Ah, forgot about the light. Okay. Well, for any of you that actually sat through all 5 hours of that podcast, um, congratulations. You did something I don't even think I could do. Uh, I realized that it really wasn't so much strictly MGTOW topics as it was more just general discussion. I was hoping that someone would have joined in earlier on. We could have got it done in the original hour that I had originally had allotted to do it. Thank you to Raging Golden Eagle for coming in, at least something other than me talking to a camera randomly for an hour. Dimitri, thanks. Really not very talkative, are you? Well, to each their own. Well, this is titled, obviously, Do We Need Any More Proof? And what this is alluding to is, do we need any more proof as to the biases in the courts? Now, Raging Golden Eagle had mentioned that I should do a video on CPS specifically, and what they like to do. Having had to deal with them the way I did, it was interesting. It was an experience, but for me, it was that expensive not because I would have gone to jail, but because I was trying to clear my name, only to find out, even though I won in court, I still cannot clear my name. So that was all for naught. However, that's neither here nor there. Clearing my name in the courtrooms does not, or clearing your name in the courtroom does not clear your name off of the registry. That takes thousands of more dollars to accomplish. We wanted to go over about how the guys get screwed over and how corrupt the whole issue, or the whole agency, or the whole branch of government that CPS is. And actually, he was right, and I am going to talk a little bit about men in the courtroom and how we get shafted. But not in any way I was even considering talking about this even 12 hours ago. Well, 12 hours ago, I was asleep. But anyways, what we have here, please, no, I'm not going to say that. What we have here is point blank, just pure, unadulterated hatred of men and anything masculine. Masculinity has become so toxic. Okay? Let's see if I can get this screenshot thing going. Can I... Hey. No, okay. All right. Okay, then. Okay, that's not going to work. All right. It turns out that there is an issue if you are presenting any case to the Supreme Court. If you are a man, or you sound like a man, or any male that released a suitable amount of testosterone during puberty. Yes. They have damn near now criminalized male voices, masculinity in itself. So, without further ado, let's get to it. Okay. Masculine sounding lawyers are less likely to win in court, especially at the Supreme Court. This is on newscientist.com. In the adversarial, macho environment of the courtroom, a booming voice might seem like a good trait for a lawyer. Not so. Men who sound masculine are less likely to win a U.S. Supreme Court case than their more gentle-sounding peers. It is well known that the sound of your voice shapes how people perceive us, and which in turn may affect how successful we are in various walks of life. Men, for example, are more likely to vote for men with deeper masculine voices in leadership contests, and both men and women prefer women with a more masculine tone as leaders. CEOs with deeper voices tend to manage larger companies and earn more money. And they go on and on. Yet what it shows is that within the court system, I'm now paraphrasing because reading this whole thing, I will be posting this link in the description box, but I'm not sure how long it's going to stay up. These science journals like to go and cut access to articles after a fairly short period of time, and then you have to pay for it. So I'm going to leave a link, and if I can, I'll see if I can find another link that's not likely to be altered later. Oh, what the? Really? No, that can close. No, what we are trying to display is the fact that just by even sounding male, having a masculine voice, the Supreme Court has become so, let's call it, sensitive, and that courtrooms in general have become so feminized that even having a male lawyer is now a liability, which honestly just makes me even more glad that that case I had to deal with CPS was a number of years ago, because I don't think in today's environment I would have gotten the same result. I had two male lawyers and one female lawyer. But anyways, back on topic. We not only have to deal with the fact that even as a defendant, the court is already stacked against us. We also have to deal with the fact now that we now realize and know that as a male plaintiff, it is also stacked against us. Especially if we are going up against another male with more effeminate traits. I guess this does explain why men who hire women attorneys tend to win more. They don't win more because the attorneys are better. Actually, quite the opposite. In many of the actual studies, the attorneys themselves were not actually able to go and formulate, or the female attorneys were not able to go and formulate the same types of arguments to the same degree as the male attorneys. But simply because a male attorney with a more masculine voice is seen as a usurper to the judge's authority. That is the liability. It really does boil down to human nature and wanting to control, wanting to have power over others, and having a masculine sounding voice in and of itself is commanding. That is the threat. Which begs the question, what is the true threat to the modern day status quo? If it really is just the male voice that commands respect and commands authority, that voice in and of itself is a threat to the powers that be. Can we cultivate this? If the natural order of things is a deep, masculine, confident voice, carries with it its own intrinsic power and authority. How can we cultivate that in a society that is hostile to anything masculine? I don't know. I really don't. I've been contemplating on this most of the day ever since I found this article in the Science Journal. There has to be a way. I just can't see it. Maybe it's because I'm just too aggravated about it. How can we turn this into an advantage? I don't know. Perhaps we can come up with a concept or an idea of the beginning of an idea in the comments section. We need to become a community. But that's neither here nor there. Back to the stories. Let's see. Now it's going to be a whole video in and of itself. I see this one. Yes. Someone did a, let me try to find it. Damn it. Yeah. Okay. Long story short, another MGTOW, not me. All right. Not me. That's not his name either. Another MGTOW did a video on something, how nagging drives men to an early grave. Good job. I had considered doing this video a number of months ago, but I never did it. Good job. Let's see. All right. You did what I couldn't do. Or wouldn't do. Now, what this is, they're going at, the link you left has a lot to do with the stress, or in the sense that the individual who regularly experience stress in a relationship with a partner, children, family, friends, or neighbors are 2 to 3 times more likely to die prematurely, according to new research. Yes. The reason is because of the amount of cortisol being released into the bloodstream. This actually causes damage to you on a cellular level. The more nagging you have, the more cortisol is released and the more damage is done. This, I believe, is one of the reasons as to why men who are never married always seem to live long, the longest. There's also, I believe, another factor: sleep. With the excess amounts of cortisol, you also tend to sleep less. When you sleep, your body tries to repair itself and regenerate itself. The more nagging and bitching you have to deal with during the day, the less sleep you're going to get, and the less you're going to be able to repair, which actually also increases your chance of Alzheimer's if you actually get that old. I had thought that other MGTOWs had done this as well. I will be leaving a link to the article. Yeah. It's not just the nagging, though. That is one factor. It's a big factor. but it has more to do with the total amount of stress. And it doesn't really have to be nagging. It can just be giving you the cold shoulder at very specific times in which she, your partner, knows what it will do, and that she knows it will cause stress and it will cause you to lose your nerve. I believe that this is an entire different conversation that I believe that needs to be had on a more social scale. But thank you for actually making the video. Well, I just wanted to go and get the story out about men in the courtroom. Do not hire a male attorney. It just hurts you. Just more proof of how gynocentric we truly are. How far we have truly fallen. Have a good night. How do I stop this thing? Leave call. Adjust bandwidth. 5. And all right. Have fun.